Stoics do not aim to become emotionless. They do not try to freeze their hearts or silence their inner world. That is a modern misunderstanding. To the Stoic, emotions are not enemies to be destroyed, but forces to be understood, trained, and placed under command. They believe something radical. You are not controlled by events. You are controlled by your interpretation of events. That single idea is the foundation of Stoic emotional mastery. Most people live as if life pulls invisible strings inside them. A comment ruins their day. A delay ignites anger. A loss collapses their confidence. Their emotional state rises and falls like a leaf in the wind, guided by circumstances they do not command. The Stoic refuses this arrangement. Epictetus, who began life as a slave and later became one of history's most respected teachers, wrote, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." In other words, what hurts you is not what happens. It is what you say to yourself about what happens. That is where Stoic control begins. 1. Separating events from judgments. When something goes wrong, most minds react instantly. This is unfair. This is unbearable. This should not be happening. The emotion follows immediately: anger, fear, shame, despair. The Stoic inserts a pause between the event and the story. They describe reality in its simplest form. This happened. No moral label, no drama, no personal attack. A delay is just a delay. A criticism is just a sound someone made with their mouth. A failure is just an outcome. The suffering is created when the mind adds meaning. This means I am worthless. This means I am disrespected. This means the world is against me. Stoics train themselves to catch this moment. They watch the mind form judgments and challenge them before they harden into emotion. They do not deny pain, but they refuse to exaggerate it. 2. The dichotomy of control. At the heart of Stoic psychology is a brutally simple rule. Some things are up to you, some things are not. Your thoughts, choices, effort, values, and behavior, these belong to you. Other people's opinions, the past, the economy, accidents, illness, weather, luck, these do not. Most emotional suffering comes from investing energy in the second category. You want respect, you want certainty, you want control over outcomes. But life does not sign that contract. So the Stoic pulls their emotional roots out of unstable soil and plants them where they can grow, in their own conduct. They aim to be calm, not because life is gentle, but because their standards are internal. If they act with honesty, courage, and discipline, they consider the day successful, no matter the outcome. This makes their emotional life far more stable than someone who lives on external approval. 3. Understanding that emotions are judgments. Stoics believed emotions are not just feelings, they are beliefs. Anger is the belief that something bad happened and someone must be punished. Fear is the belief that something unbearable is coming. Shame is the belief that your worth has been reduced. Change the belief and the emotion weakens. For example, instead of "this insult destroys my value," the Stoic thinks, "this person spoke according to their character, not mine." Instead of "this failure defines me," they think, "this is feedback for improvement." Instead of "I cannot survive this loss," they think, "I am capable of enduring more than I imagine." They do not argue with emotions directly. They argue with the ideas underneath them. 4. Negative visualization, training for loss. Stoics practice something unusual. They imagine bad things happening: losing money, losing health, being misunderstood, being alone, not to suffer in advance, but to remove the shock. When the mind believes comfort is permanent, discomfort becomes terrifying. When the mind accepts impermanence, difficulty becomes familiar. This technique does two things. First, it creates gratitude for what exists now. Second, it builds emotional immunity. When hardship arrives, the Stoic does not panic. They say, "I knew this was possible. I prepared my mind." This turns fear into readiness. 5. Delaying emotional reactions. Stoics distrust fast emotions. Anger feels powerful, but it is blind. Fear feels protective, but it exaggerates. Euphoria feels inspiring, but it distorts judgment. So they slow down, they practice silence, they walk, they breathe, they write. Marcus Aurelius wrote his private reflections at night, reviewing where emotion overpowered reason. The pause is everything. Between stimulus and response lies freedom. Most people never enter that space. Stoics live there. 6. Redefining what is truly bad. To the Stoic, pain is not the ultimate evil. Poverty is not the ultimate evil. Illness is not the ultimate evil. Rejection is not the ultimate evil. Corruption of character is. Lying to protect comfort. Betraying values for advantage. Becoming cruel to avoid discomfort. These are the true disasters. This perspective changes emotional reactions completely. If your reputation suffers, but your integrity remains intact, you are still winning. If your body is tired, but your conscience is clean, you are still strong. This allows the Stoic to endure situations that would emotionally break others. 7. Daily mental training. Stoic calm is not natural talent, it is practice. Every day they train awareness. They reflect in the morning. What challenges might I face today? How will I respond with discipline? At night they review. Where did I let emotion control me? Where did I act wisely? What will I improve tomorrow? They treat the mind like a muscle. Neglect weakens it. Training strengthens it. 8. Accepting reality. Without resignation. Stoic acceptance is not passive surrender. It is cooperation with reality. They do not waste energy arguing with what already exists. They say, "This is what is happening. Now, what is the best response?" Acceptance removes emotional friction. It does not mean liking events. It means not fighting what cannot be changed. The result: quiet power. Stoics still feel emotions. They feel grief. They feel disappointment. They feel fear. But these emotions are visitors, not rulers. They pass through, not take over. Their calm is not weakness. It is trained stability. Their silence is not emptiness. It is clarity. They are not cold. They are ordered. Epictetus summarized their philosophy in one sentence. Do not seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish for events to happen as they do, and your life will go well. That is how Stoics control their emotions, not by crushing them, not by denying them, but by understanding them, questioning them, and choosing reason over reaction. In a world addicted to emotional chaos, this discipline becomes a form of quiet superiority. Not loud, not arrogant, not dramatic, just unshakable. In today's world, emotional discipline is rarer than ever. Social media rewards outrage. News feeds sell fear. Comparison is constant, and silence feels uncomfortable. The modern mind is trained to react instantly, publicly, and emotionally. Stoicism moves in the opposite direction. It teaches you to be slow in a fast world, quiet in a loud one, stable in an unstable one. When others broadcast their anger, the Stoic refines his understanding. When others panic, he plans. When others seek validation, he strengthens his inner standards. This is not weakness, it is psychological independence. And in an age of emotional addiction, independence is power.